I was reading a business tech article, and the title of the article was South Africa's University Pass Rate Shocker. And this article was saying that only 22% of South African university graduates actually passed their 3-year degree within 3 years. My name is Mufaro Mazodze. I am a Stellenbosch University alumni. I graduated in the year of 2017 and I actually passed my 3-year degree in 4 years. So when the article is saying this, I'm not shocked at all. The sad thing about surviving university is that not everyone is going to pass their degree and not everyone makes it. But in today's video, the point of this video is not to scare you, but the point of this video is to share tips that might help, because when we look at graduates and university, everyone going to university comes from a different background. I also read on Stats SA that majority of graduates are also people that come from wealthy backgrounds, and a very, very small percentage of graduates are people that come from poorer families. So there are a lot of factors that play a role. The type of matric you have might also not be the same matric that a student from a Model C school has compared to the student from other schools and other quintiles. I'm not really sure how that works, but the point of this video is to have the conversation that I've not heard a lot of people talking about how do you make sure that when you go to university, you are leaving with a degree that is also going to be useful for your life. But I must say there is no recipe that is going to work for all. But I just want to give a shot and have this conversation and give my tips. So firstly, I think when you get to university, the first thing you need to talk about, or the first thing you need to be very, very honest with yourself, is that you are at university to get your degree. And with that tip, I will say, please make sure you are studying what is right for you. I went a little bit against what my parents wanted for me. I studied accounting when my dad specifically wanted me to study engineering, but luckily he was a bit understanding, but we definitely had a bit of fights about it. Why was I stubborn? I knew engineering was not for me, and if I had studied engineering, there would have been no engineering degree from Mufaro. Trust me. I knew from a very, very young age that I loved finance. I loved the EMS faculty, or the EMS industry, that my brain could better relate to studies on finance, studies on business, but my brain really cannot relate to atoms and physics. So you really, really need to know yourself, because something, getting it wrong can also be a negative thing, and it could also really, if you're not motivated to study, you're really not going to make it through university. Tip number 3, university is nothing like matric. Nothing. The two cannot be compared. And I remember this one girl made a comment of, she was saying, matric, that's just a module. The workload at university level is very, very intense. So you're going to have good time management skills. You cannot work too hard, and you actually need to work smart. I will talk more about what exactly does that mean. Thirdly, no one gives you homework. So I remember talking to my dad in my first week of university. I'm like, Dad, yeah, university is going fine, but no one has given me homework. And he laughed. Till today, he laughs at that, because nobody is going to give you homework. No one is checking if you've attended your classes. No one is no one is there to have a parents meeting with your parents. You're totally on your own, and you need to be mature. You cannot get to university with the attitude of, oh, I'm here to party. I'm no longer living at mom or my parents' house. I'm here to drink every single day, and I don't have to do my homework. No one is checking with a rod, making sure I'm doing my homework. So I think if you are not mature, you're probably not going to make it out alive. Thirdly, time management is very, very important, guys. Manage your time. Learn to not fall behind. You're going to have to sort of be smart enough to see, okay, this module is okay, this module needs more work. You also need to look at the credits of the module. For instance, you might be enjoying your 6-credit module, but you're neglecting a module of 48 credits or 24 credits. So the credits of the module tell you the amount of work that module has, basically. Or it also, yeah, that's what it basically means. A 6-credit module would typically be a semester module, and it wouldn't be that much work, though it could really be difficult, but it's not going to require as much time as a 24-credit module. And just study hard. And also know yourself, guys. There are those kids who are super smart, who can go out every single day and still pass. But I was not one of those kids. So you also need to be very, very honest with yourself. You know yourself. I know I'm no Einstein. I know that when I pass, it's because I've put in hard work. Other people are super smart, or they learn quicker than others. And secondly, someone might ask when they go to university, is it a good idea to date? Now, that one is debatable, or not debatable, but my advice or my input there is that dating is not bad, but if you're dating the wrong person, it can be bad. Dating can be a good distraction or a really, really bad distraction. Don't be in a relationship that is going to be toxic. You will not be able to be managing schoolwork and also managing a toxic partner. To give a more technical tip, what I meant by study smart and not necessarily hard was that some students take the approach of, oh, I'm going to miss class, but I'll make up for it by studying or reading my textbooks. The reason why this shoots you in the foot, guys, if you've got a really, really good lecturer, in most cases, the reason for classes is they tell you what is important. They tell you what's likely to come in the exam. They tell you what you're probably going to be tested on. And you have to also focus in lectures. Yes, not all lectures are kind, and also not every module is the same. For your more practical modules like your accounting, I'm not sure, I didn't study, it also depends on the faculty you're in, but for a more practical module, you obviously have to do a lot of practice questions on your own, and most modules will tell you, okay, here is a question bank. There's no teacher or lecturer who's going to tell you, please do these questions. You also need to make time to make sure that you've at least done every question for every topic. And doing questions is so much more important than reading textbooks. So sometimes the tricky thing about university, especially I did EMS, so unfortunately I can only maybe give better advice for someone who's in the EMS faculty. Every first year has to do business management and economics. Those are theory modules. Now, if the tricky thing about the theory modules is that the textbook will be this thick, and one, there's no time to read the entire textbook. Two, if you read the entire textbook, probably five of the topics, or five of the what do they normally call it? There's topics. Yeah, 5 of the topics. The textbook can have 10 topics, but the test will probably only come with 3 topics. Like the test will probably only focus on 3 topics, which is why what I was saying, that most lecturers are actually kind enough. They'll tell you which topics you need to focus on. There's no time. There is no time for you to be reading in the entire economics textbook and the entire business management textbook, and still have time to do your accounting modules, still have time for your maths modules, still have time for all your other modules, basically. So managing your time and studying in a smart way, whereby you focus on going to your classes and doing your questions, is probably going to give you more success than saying, oh, I'm going to sit and read a textbook. You're not going to get anything out of it. I tried it, it never worked. That's how I ended up doing my 3-year degree in 4 years. Trust me, don't do it. Be smart, practice questions, attend classes, have conversations with friends. Ask your second year people, let's say you're studying BCom law. Ask someone who's in second year BCom law, how did it go? And the nice thing about Stellenbosch University, that I would just say, this is not to promote Stellenbosch University, but you're given a mentor. Have conversations with your mentors. Have conversations with people who are your seniors, people in second year, third year. They'll tell you, oh, you need to look out for this, you need to look out for that. This is not a journey you can go through alone. So yeah. And besides that, pray. There's also the issue of being distracted by mental health issues or issues at home. Try your best to be on top of your mental health. If you need to talk to someone, I know Stellenbosch University, they had a counselor or they had those services. You could say, I need to talk to someone. You could also, you had access to talk to people. And if you're going through university, you're going to need sometimes to talk to someone to help you. Okay, like there was career advisors, and there was also, I believe they were, I'm not sure if they were social workers or clinical psychologists, but there was someone you could talk to if your mental health was suffering. And it really helps. So make use of that if you really need to, if you feel that you're really struggling and you can't make it. But also, yeah, pray that nothing comes up like, home issues that will affect you, because a lot of the time people are getting affected by outside forces and they are in university but their mind is at home. And also, if parents could also not try their best not to burden their children, it would also help. But sometimes it can't be avoidable. So I would say that you also need to be strong in faith and pray. And even if you're going through stuff, you could pass. There's people who were dealing with really, really tough home situations, but they still persevered and passed. There's people who came to university with straight A's and they didn't make it through university. So you being a CE student, like the best thing you could do for yourself is hard work. Obviously smart hard work, not hard work, smart hard work. So I think I'm going to leave my tips here. And also I have to put a disclaimer. My tips will not necessarily work for everyone, and that I really do wish all the matriculants who have passed that are going to university, I wish them well, and that, yeah, stay focused. Last tip: live a balanced life. I know that the most important thing are your books, but you should also have a social life, but it is not your priority. So what I would basically do is, after my test week, I would go out. So I would only go out 4 times a year. Some people will say that's not balanced enough, but honestly, that's what it took me to pass my first year. I didn't have much of a social life. Of course, I would meet up with friends, talk to friends, but sometimes the problem with going out and partying is that you're gonna go out, you're gonna get drunk. Now you need a day to recover from the drunkenness. Now you're missing out on so much time that you need to be spending studying. So yeah, I wish you well. It is for you to figure out at the end of the day. I love you guys for watching. Please subscribe to this video and don't skip the ad that is coming after the end of this video. I love you for watching. Bye.